Hey, it's Majinoni, and here is some reviews for you. We'll start off first with the Uncanny Inhumans, number 4. Now, this issue here pretty much ends the storyline with uh, Black Bolt and the Inhumans chasing down Kang to get their son back, basically breaking his agreement with Kang. And overall, I mean, it was I really liked this storyline so far. I mean, it had some interesting points in it, especially like the going through time, killing all the Inhumans, and you'd see Inhumans disappear. And I liked how they used Kang as a new, a villain for the Inhumans. The art was good, but what really got me was the end when they finally get the kid, their son, and he basically sets it up so this way he protected his family from Kang, and the kid's got amazing powers, and he's going to be a total badass in the future. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. I I mean, this Inhumans series was 100 times better than the last one that they did, and overall, really, really enjoyed it. So hopefully they can keep this up, but I have a feeling this book is just not going to get love from the general people. All right, Poison Ivy: Cycle of Life and Death, number 1. This is a mini-series, 1 of 6. Basically, Poison Ivy, Pamela Izzy, basically goes legit. She gets herself a job and in a lab, and she is working on some experimentation. Basically, DNA splicing with plants and animals, combining things together. Like, as an example, she extended the life of some mice to, by giving them certain DNA. And she's basically, I guess you can say this is taking Poison Ivy back to the way she used to be from the beginning. But, I mean, this is just temporary because it's basically she's just like, there's times I just want to be more intellectual, be around smarter people, and just experiment. It's not always about life of crime type thing, which doesn't sit well with Harley Quinn. And there's some little friction between the two characters. But, okay, I guess the main thing what you're really wondering is, okay, Majin, stop talking about the plot. Is this any good? Well, I'm really on the fence with this. I don't necessarily like seeing Poison Ivy as the hero, but at the same time, if you really think of the grand scheme of things, Poison Ivy really isn't a true villain. She's there for the plants, the environment. As long as, she can have her own little space and nobody bother her, she probably wouldn't do anything. But because it's Gotham City, people are meddling, she's got to, she has to protect her part of Gotham, so to speak. Look out for the plants. There's problems. So, it's kind of like a weird take in that sense. Seeing her in a different, now she's more human, for an example. But I wouldn't call this a great book, but I definitely say this is an average book. Especially, it could, I think, pull itself out depending upon how the other issues go, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to stick on board. I might go to at least issue 2, but I don't know at this time yet. Hercules number 3. All right, I am truly loving this book. This book is fantastic. The art's decent. I think it's a little plain at times, but for me, it's Hercules' dialogue. It's Gilgamesh. It's their place in the world, and how the world revolves around these characters. Apparently what's happening is there's gods that are starting to come up that are basically the new gods. Or they're calling them the toxic gods. And they're trying to replace the old. Kind of like the cycle of life. If you think in a mythology, the same thing happened. Hercules and Zeus and those guys replaced their fathers, so to speak. And I'm really curious to see where this is going to go. The last page was great. There is a death, and The other thing, I'm not. This isn't necessarily a spoiler because Marvel's already announced it through previews. But one thing I really liked was at the end where they have want to know what happens next, and they give you this picture. It's just something that just grabs your attention, and then gives you a reason why to buy issue 4. And I mean, this panel does not happen in this issue. I mean, in theory, this might not even happen the way it looks like it's happening. Gilgamesh really could be unconscious, but you don't know that. It leaves your mind to wonder what happens next. I want to know. And then Marvel was doing this on a bunch of their titles. So I think it also happens in... no, it doesn't happen in Uncanny. But I thought that was great. A great form of advertising. Okay, let's get on with Uncanny number 2. It's really weird seeing these evil villains trying to save lives. And, they're going after the healers because there's the other group of people who are trying to kill or assassinate the healer mutants. And I think it's off to a decent start. If you can get over that one little part, because I mean, we've seen Sabretooth play the part of hero and villain a couple times, and it's kind of weird seeing him like this. But the villains that they're up against are really dastardly evil, who have no problems with killing. So you kind of do need a different class of mutant superhero, because the X-Men just kind of won't cut it in this case. So I'm really curious to see where this is going to go. I really liked it, where it's going. I just wish that it had a different artist. And we'll see. We'll see if they can keep it up. And finally, Miss Marvel number 3. This is basically the end of the story arc, where her friend gets brainwashed and she's out to save him. And then she also has the poor public perception. Overall, this was a great issue. It's really fun. The art's great, and it's nice to take everything down a few notches from the world is going to be destroyed and we need to do something about it. There's some great lines in here, and it's just, I'm telling you, this is one of the best Marvel books that are out there, and you really are not doing yourself any favors by not buying this book. This is a great book. It's different. It really gives you a different vision of what a superhero is, and it's just a nice, refreshing change. Highly recommend it. Anyways, that is some reviews. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like, share. We'll have some more stuff later. And until next time.